Yes, people's Keishan Prince. And today I'll talk to you about maybe you're playing in the wrong position, hence why you haven't made it pro yet. And I'm saying that to say this from experience for myself. I played at amateur level as a centre midfielder, played at non-league level as a winger, played at the pro level at when I mean pro, like, you just made it pro. Australia, Spain just made it pro as a striker. But many have said to me, even Pat Rice said, you will make a very good centre back. And it's only too later in my days when I was playing, when I played non-league for Ashford, etc. in Manchester, that I played centre back. And I believe if I transitioned to that position earlier, being 6'2.5", I probably would have made a better career at that position. And I say that to say this, is sometimes because you love certain players that you look up to, Ronaldinho, the Neymars, the Henry, you want to emulate them, so you want to play in the position. But that's them. You got to recognize what's good for you. If you're going to make a career as a professional footballer, you've got to recognize early certain positions where you could play, that where you can make a living. Just because you are a winger at non-league level doesn't mean that you can be a winger at League 2 or League 1. Maybe you have to be a left back. You understand? Maybe you have to be a striker. And this is the journey on why Ajax have such a good success rate of breeding professional footballers, because everybody tries every position until that one position clicks for them. How much times we've seen professional footballers having to change position. Look, Thierry Henry was a winger, then he played as a striker. That's where he made his name. Samuel Eto'o, centre midfielder, striker. Didier Drogba, right back, striker. I believe Roberto Carlos was a goalkeeper, left back. Rio Ferdinand was a striker for West Ham. He was a very good striker, and he had to transition to a centre back. That's why he's very good at bringing the ball out. Rio Ferdinand was a solid striker at youth level, and he was even better, as a centre back. But you can see, for him to make a living, he had to be as a centre back. You understand? Ashley Young, for me, was one of the best ones, because he was a winger for a long time, and he was a right winger. Played most of his career at the best level. Even I won't use that word, sorry. He even got guaranteed and granted a move to Inter Milan as a left wing back, and he's right-footed. Played at Manchester United for a long time as a left back, even though he's right-footed. Kept a born left-footed player out of the team. Gareth Bale, left back, played there for how many years, and then got called upon to play as a left winger. So what I'm trying to say is this: you may be playing centre midfield at amateur level and may think, yeah, I'm the boss at this, and then you go at trials for another team and you're thinking, right, how come I can't get in? Just because you're playing right wing or left wing in certain positions doesn't mean that you're going to be able to play that position at the next level. You got to recognize, all right, if I'm playing centre midfield at semi-professional level at non-league, maybe if I'm going to go up to a pro level, I may have to be a right back or a left back. Or if I'm a right winger at non-league level, say like a step 2 club, if I want to play for a championship team, maybe I have to regress to a right back or whatever. Or I'm playing in this position and maybe I have to switch. Like, you have to be open to this if you're going to make a career. I don't think a lot of people talk about this because they don't want to step on anyone's feelings and say, oh, you're not good. It's not about not being good enough. You just got to know what position suits you at what level. It's that simple. And sometimes, if you're going to make a living in today's game, you got to be able to look at where I am and can I make that adjustment of a different position to make it. And I'm telling you now that if some of you are open to this, you may be able to be like, I could make it if I just drop here. Like Bukayo Saka could not have been a right winger or left winger at the time when he broke into the squad. He had to come in as a left back, and he did really well as a left back. Played as a left back, and then when it was time, when it was ready, when his level was above those positions, he was able to make that transition to right winger. Even though he played right winger youth level, he was not able to be that level at first team level as yet. When he first moved, he had to drop back, and I believe that's what makes him one of the best that come through because his ability to play multiple positions. There's times when I think he plays centre midfield for Arsenal for the first team. So this is what I love about Ajax system, how they make sure every player up to the age of 16 have to play left back, centre back, right back, goalkeeper. We've seen it how much times in Spain, even recently, the goalkeeper's playing up front, scoring 2 goals. It's standard. I think we've seen 1 or 2 over here, and we got excited about it. Listen, in Spain and in Germany, Dutch, them countries there where their system is brought about development players, they do it all the time. Especially at under 16 level, you're required to play every position, because it doesn't mean that you're a striker at under 16 level that you're a striker at first team level. You may be a centre midfielder or holding midfielder. Look at John Stones, we saw against Liverpool yesterday. You understand? Did really well in the midfield, and he's a centre back. And I believe, you know, he could be, you know, undercover Busquets, because the way I see him just touching, moving, you can see he's a bit, it's not his natural position, but you know, for him to be able to do that against the top Liverpool side, he did really, really well. You know what I'm trying to say? So bear that in mind, people, and keep growing.